All right, here we are at wevideo.com, and we are going to log in. We're going to log in with Google. We don't have to type our email and business over here. We've got a shortcut. As long as you're already logged into your Chrome, hello, it should say, uh, you know, your name and everything here. So when you click that, it logs you in with Google. It might ask for your credentials again. Double check, make sure it's you. Some people have multiple accounts. You shouldn't in school. And this is what Wevideo's main dashboard should look like. Now, listen, in the old days, we had what was called classic view, and everything was black and dark, and videos looked. Let's see if I can open one up. Yeah, see how the timeline down here looked very different, and all this business looked very strange. They're getting rid of the classic version. I'm kind of bummed out. I got very used to the classic. They're doing what's called next gen, which sounds very new and fancy and hip and cool and youthful. Maybe that's why I don't like it, because I'm none of those things. But listen, here's what I would say. Some of the tutorials you see may be in that classic version, but the stuff is all still there. It just looks a little different. It would be like if your neighbor across the street painted their house. The first few times you saw it, if they changed color completely, it would be very strange to your eyes. But your neighbor still lives in that house. They didn't change around any of the rooms, furniture, everything that's inside the house is pretty much the same. And I suspect that's about what's going to happen here with Wevideo. Okay. So anyway, this new version, next gen, if you have to pick that, you can go ahead after, I think, January sometime in 2024. You won't have the option of doing the old version. You'll have to do it this way. And that's why I'm remaking all of these tutorials. All right, so we're here in next gen, and what you see here, some of these things might be in my video that are not in your screen because I'm a teacher. Hello. So things like classes and assignment ideas might not be there, but I bet down at the bottom of this column, you would see something that says join organization. And what you need to do is ask your teacher politely, can you please email me the upgrade code? Okay. Okay. The upgrade code that the teacher emails you, which by the way, you have to have your email open to receive that code and copy and paste it where it says join organization. You click on it, there'll be a little spot to add the code. But listen, this is going to give you all the upgraded features that you're going to need to do all your projects. And I'd rather do this now at the very first step you're using Wevideo versus later when you're in the middle of a project. So down here, again, you're not seeing it on me because, hey, I've already joined the organization. But you need to ask your teacher for an upgrade code. You paste it in there. You click a couple of boxes to say apply or something like that, and then you should be good to go. So here we are in next gen Wevideo. So we need to create a video. So under create, we're going to click here where it says video. There are templates and such. We may mess around with those later. But this is what your workspace should look like. When you have video to look at, you'll see it here to preview it. Down here is where you're going to do all your editing. And here is where we're going to add our media. And by media, I mean little clips of video and photos and maybe even music clips at some point. But right now, we want to get the stuff, those 4 photographs and that maybe, 45 seconds worth of video you took kind of room 200 with students and such at their modules. This project is actually a video tour of room 200. So we need stuff here to drag it down here so we can actually edit it. So we're going to click on import, which is here, browse, which as you should know means let's go find this stuff. Now, we shot our video on a thing called a Canon Vixia camera. the camera needs to be plugged into your computer. There's a USB cable that we talked about in activity 1. You also need to make sure that the camera is in play mode. If it's still in recording mode, it won't show up here. So those are 2 tricks. You have to make sure that the camera is on play mode and that it's plugged in through the USB, and then you should be able to see, and you click on the Canon Vixia, it's going to show up like a flash drive or an SD card. It's basically a storage device that takes pictures too. So I'm going to double click on that. DCIM stands for digital camera images. Don't worry about the miscellaneous folder. We don't need to go into there now. So I double click on there. Whoa, look at all these folders. Which ones are my pictures and videos? Probably the last one. See how this one says 1129 and this one's 1128 and this one's 1127, at least the last 4 digits. So it's probably this one here. But you may just need to open up a folder. And boy, those pictures are really small. Here's the trick. Right here, if you click on this and say extra large icons, I can look and go, no, those aren't the pictures I took. All right, let me go back to DCIM. I bet it's this last folder here. So let me open that up. Really tiny again. Grr, not liking that. Oh, I know the trick. I'm going to make them bigger. And now I can see, yeah, that's the picture I took. That's the picture I took. That's the picture I took. And there's the video I took. So I'm going to click on the video. By the way, I know it's a video because it says MP4 here. That's what video files are. And I'm going to click on open. And videos take a little longer than still photos, okay? So you can see there's this little bar graph going here. It might take a little longer depending upon how long your video is. And then it's going to pop up down here. And you can see there's even a bar graph down here as this is going. It takes a while for it to get all the way over. In fact, now it's kind of, I don't know, like vibrating or something, that little bar. It's not quite ready to use yet. You might have to wait. In the meantime, I can click back here on import. Browse. You're going to do this a ton of times. You're going to get used to it. Here's my Canon Vixia. Removable storage, DCIM. I know it's a lot of buttons to click, but you'll get really super quick at it. I know I already did my video here. By the way, .jpg, we call it a JPEG. Those are always photos. So MP4 is a video. JPEG is a photo. So I'm going to open up this photo. Watch how much quicker it is. The photo will probably be done before the video. Almost, all right? So, oh, by the way, in Wevideo here, MVI stands for movie, and IMG stands for image. So you can kind of tell even here. By the way, the movie has a timestamp up in the corner here. I don't know if you can see that. It says 52:15. So let me import my other photos here. Browse. See if it brings me back there. Canon Vixia, removable storage. Kind of annoying, but you get used to it. All right. Here I took a picture of some rockets. That was quick. Import. I don't even have to wait. I can come back here. Vixia. Da-da. You may find a shorter shortcut, but this is working, right? Here's dash. So that's 1, 2, 3 images and 1 video. I need 1 more image because you should have 4 still pictures and you should have 1 clip of video to do this project correctly. Let's see. There. Computer screen. Ta-da! I've got all of my images and my 1 video here, MVI. They're all ready to go. So now that they're here, I can start doing interesting things with them, all right? I can drag them down onto this line here. And I can drag this down onto the line here. And I can drag this down onto the line here. These are all my still pictures I'm putting in first. And fun fact, if I click on this arrow here, it goes back to the beginning, and watch. There's my first picture. Then it's going to go into my second picture. You can kind of see the timeline down here moving along. I guess clicking on it stopped it. And now there's a third picture. And if you look down here, here's the fourth picture. So I've got 4 pictures on my timeline already, and it looks like, oops, come here, you. I'm at about, what, 20 seconds. So I'm guessing each one of these photos lasted about 5 seconds. There's so much more we can do, but right now I'm just going to grab my movie clip from up here too. Now this is going to be longer. I believe it's 55 seconds. When I drag it down here, you'll see it occupies much more space, right? And if I were to click play somewhere here where I'm at the end of this last still photograph, you'll see over here on the timeline where it gets into the video and starts moving around. Okay. Now, there's about 100 other things we can do to make this a better video, but nothing can really happen until we have our media, that's what we call this stuff here, down on our video line here where we can actually edit it. Okay? So that's a pretty good start.